Right, before I tell you anything about Red Beach, I need you to see this first. Take a good look. That's a man on a wicker chair with bricks under the legs, a parasol, a tip jar, a speaker and a fiddle on the edge of a cliff in Santorini, playing to tourists who are, for the most part, completely ignoring him. And he's absolutely fine with that. But first, how did we end up here? The internet told us to go to Red Beach. That's the honest answer. You know how it works. You're planning a trip to Santorini. Red Beach comes up on every list. Hidden gem, unmissable, one of the most dramatic beaches in the world. So you go, because the internet said so. And the internet's never wrong, obviously. Red Beach sits on the southwestern coast of Santorini, about 12 kilometres from Fira, right next to the village of Akrotiri. You can drive, you can get the bus, or arrive by boat. We went on a scooter, which on Santorini's roads is its own adventure, but that's a different video. There was a wee kiosk at the end of the car park. We did stop at it on the way up, or was it on the way back? I genuinely can't remember. But we were grateful for the drink. Now here's the thing worth knowing before you go. Those cliffs, that red, that's what a volcano looks like 3,500 years later. Santorini had one of the largest volcanic eruptions ever recorded. It was around 1600 BC, and the iron in the lava oxidised over thousands of years and turned everything the colour of rust. The same process as that rust on your car, just considerably more dramatic. The cliffs rise about 15 metres above the beach. Spectacular. They also occasionally fall down. Red Beach has been partially closed since 2013 due to the rockfalls and the landslides. There are warning signs. There are ropes. The ropes are, and I want to be clear here, they're not really there to help you down. They're there to stop you from going over the edge. So if you did go over, the rope would probably hang you before you hit that sudden stop at the bottom. The path down is what I would generally describe as a scramble. Not a walk, not really a hike. It's just a collection of rocks with the suggestion of a path between them. Shared with approximately 400 other tourists who also read the internet that morning. The ground underfoot is sharp volcanic rock. It's not really sand in any conventional sense. It's pulverised volcanic debris, baking in the Mediterranean sun at roughly the temperature of a barbecue griddle pan. Wear proper shoes, don't wear flip-flops. I did see several people wearing flip-flops. I'm sure they regretted it. And somewhere in the middle of all of this, the rocks, the crowds, the heat, even the safety ropes, there is a man on a wicker chair playing a fiddle. I don't even know how long he's been there, but I'm impressed he got all that stuff up there. Now, when you actually see it properly, It's incredible. Genuinely. The red and the black volcanic cliffs dropping into that beautiful turquoise water. The bay curving round, the yachts anchored out there in the blue. There is nowhere else on earth that looks like this. We didn't actually make it all the way down to the waterline, if I'm being completely honest. It seemed a little treacherous to get there. So we stood at the viewpoint, took it all in, and we agreed it was one of the most dramatic places either of us had ever stood and looked at. But we decided it was probably enough. The people who did go all the way down were either braver than us or hadn't read all the rockfall signs. Maybe both. Right, the fiddle player, or is it a violin? No, I think it's a fiddle. I really need you to take in what you're looking at here. This man has made a considered logistical decision to carry a wicker chair, a parasol, bricks, a tip jar, a speaker, and a violin/fiddle up a rocky scramble path to the edge of a cliff and play folk music to tourists. Every day, in the heat, while people walk past him to look at Red Beach. And here's the bit that actually caught me. He's got this speaker going, a backing track running under his fiddle, and the whole thing bounces off the cliffs, off the rock, off the bay, coming back at you from 3 different directions, all at once. You're standing in a collapsed volcano and it sounds perfect. Nature's handed him an auditorium and he's just set a chair down in the middle of it and started playing. He wasn't performing for anyone in particular, he was just there. The Aegean sparkling behind him, the fiddle echoing around a 3,500-year-old crater, and tourists in flip-flops picking their way past his tip jar without looking up. So, is Red Beach worth it? Yeah, with caveats. It is one of the most dramatic places I've ever been. The view from the top is spectacular. The water, for the people brave enough to get all the way down, looks extraordinary. But go early. Wear proper shoes. Respect the rockfall signs. They're not there for decoration. Don't expect a beach in any of the conventional sense. Expect sharp volcanic rock, a lot of people, and the best view you've ever stood at the edge of.